Should be live.
Hello, everyone. All right, so we're having a little bit of a problem getting going here today, but that's all right. This is going to be a great show from everything we're doing. Now, what'd you do? Michael's having a rough day. I can't talk. And we're doing our greatest show ever. So
This is the greatest show. Oh, sorry. Oops.
here, you need to let me do that.
YouTube spot's probably gonna.
I'm the professional.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Okay.
We're here.
Michael's having a stress moment.
Who, me?
Okay, so today we are doing what is the cheapest toilet paper and what is the best deal. Now,
Happy Friday. I just woke up.
I guess.
Okay.
All right, so we are,
Oh no.
I think he's hungry. He might bring his food out, but that door needs to be closed. Yeah, I have my poop mixed up, ready to go.
It's not real poop, people.
And my potty
No
mixed up.
freaking
Oh, wait,
out.
I forgot my potty. Here, hold on. I forgot something.
No freaking out. I'm like, sorry. I told her I don't want to be part of this,
Right, what? Whoops, wrong one.
but she's the wife, so I have to do it. Ooh.
Okay, hold on. I forgot the potty. Let's see. Here we go. Golden yellow. Will that work? Golden yellow. I think that'll work. Okay, here, let's
realism is a little too much,
let's get the potty in there. Hey, we talk the facts.
Lots of ha-has and lots of hearts.
Ellie, can you close that door?
What are you doing?
Hi, everyone.
Ellie? Oh, can you bring his food out? Close the door. Okay, now I got my potty. Doesn't that look better?
Oh, I'm sorry, people.
Why does
Woohoo,
that
here
smell
for the
like
TV
chocolate?
talk. April, it's
our
good to
poop.
see you.
It smells like chocolate and peanut butter though.
Oh no,
Because
Tara,
it was
your
chocolate and
voice.
peanut butter.
Amy's
Yeah,
so
I'm having a
excited.
rough one today. Sorry, guys.
Amy's so excited to be here.
Okay, so today we are
Good news.
What?
Karen says Facebook told her about the show today.
Yay! I'm so glad. We've made like tons of announcements everywhere, so we were hoping people would be able to watch.
G'day, Louise.
Okay, so toilet paper. Who knew toilet paper could be such a controversial subject? I mean, seriously, people, it's toilet paper. Right?
Sure.
So,
Looks like Tara won't be yelling today.
so I decided to take it upon myself to do the Great Toilet Paper Test for the Betterment of Mankind 2018.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, as you will see right here, I set up these charts, the Great Toilet Paper Test for the Betterment of Betterment of Mankind 2018, bathroom number 1. The Great Toilet Paper Test for the Betterment of Mankind 2018, bathroom number 2. So, what I did was, I went and bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 toilet papers. Okay? I bought 10. Divided them up, good. Divided them, I think the newsletter helped. Divided them up on the charts, like so. And what they had to do was, I removed all the toilet paper from the bathrooms.
Our kids just love being test subjects.
All the toilet paper was removed. One roll of toilet paper sat right here by the little arrow. There's a little arrow. And it says, please only put this TP on the roll next. Write the time and date you changed it.
And they mostly abided by that, but not completely.
Mostly. They did pretty well, actually.
Christine said a Hershey's Kiss would have worked well too. She's got a little poop emoji.
That's true.
on
That's
there.
true. A Hershey's Kiss. But, you know, why ruin good chocolate? So, I found this actually very interesting in a couple of ways. some of the toilet papers lasted a really, really long time, and people get really hung up on toilet paper lasting a long time. And I found some interesting facts about it lasting a long time. And so I'm going to talk about those as we go. Now, I will say that when we got to the Scott tissue, right here, we ended with just no.
Did they all write about it, or just BJ and Ellie?
BJ and Ellie really writed about the Scott tissue. They were like, just no, Mom. And finally, BJ at this point was like, Mom, I'm having to carry my own toilet paper around the house now. We've had...
We told them, no, was it we told him? Or was it I told you that it was motivation for them to move out and get their own toilet paper?
We had toilet paper all over the kitchen, all over our bedroom. And I was like, I don't care if I can't talk. I am doing this show because I want this toilet paper put up. We had like literally 100 rolls of toilet paper all over the house. So, all right.
Sharon says really controversial if you ask how to hang it over or under.
Oh, there's no question to that one. There's only one correct way to hang the toilet paper, and that is over. If you do not hang it over, you are doing it incorrectly. I'm really sorry, people, but that's just the fact of life, okay?
Hey,
all right, we
Arkansas,
got that solved.
Arkansas,
No,
tomato,
there's
tomato.
only one way. Okay. Now,
Miss Justice says, gluten-free is doing your body good, girl.
it is?
I
Why?
think she's saying you look good.
Oh, thank you.
I think you look good.
Okay. Now. Oh no, this did.
Jerry says, OMG, run, dude.
Oh
Because
no.
of your test for me. What?
You didn't combine the two posts?
Oh, I was supposed to combine them?
Yeah.
You said you were combining them, and I just thought what was there was
No.
it.
Oh no.
Do I need to go find the other one then?
Okay, yeah. Go back to the other one. This is the wrong post. This is not the right post.
What was it called again?
Just type in. Okay, hold on. We had a mess up. It was supposed to all be on this one, and I already added it all at the bottom.
Oh, I didn't even look at this one.
Yeah, it's all there.
Oh, oops. So this is the one that should be new today.
Yeah, hold on. We need to edit it real quick. Okay, hold on, guys.
You call
Just
it
a
Charmin.
second.
Charmin.
Okay, we need to edit that. And then scroll up. I had this. Wait a minute, you went too far.
Oh, well, I can't edit it from this screen.
Yeah, you can.
I can't change any type.
No,
on
I
this.
mean, just go to the
right.
where you edit
That's
it.
how you do it. Tell me what you're
Get
doing.
over there! Okay, I need in the post. Okay, so hold on just a second. Mike put the wrong link up for you guys. This is the one. This was the one you were supposed to bring me, and I was adding it. Okay, and then right here. It's supposed to be 19 because you didn't bring me number 20, and that's okay. It's 19 instead of 20 people because Mike messed up, but that's okay. We still love him anyway. Then write Charmin right
here
there.
is a failure to communicate. It says
No, I communicated just fine. Okay.
it says Chairman like 8 places here. And it's,
Okay. Well, I'll just go ahead and run in and change it real quick. Okay. So while he's talking about that, I kind of needed the notes from that one too. There are a couple of things about toilet paper that I want to talk about first before we get to our experiment. And I've already determined what's the best deal. I already know what the best deal is, but I'm going to show you guys a couple of things with the help of Mike's arm.
You can't
While
use my
we're
arm,
doing this.
You can't use my arm until tomorrow when I get this post finished.
Okay, so Mike's finishing up the post real quick, and then
Do I need to go print something for you?
we will list it. No, I'll just
What am I doing for the post now?
swing by. Okay, that's the one I want them to go see. Okay, number one. How you use the toilet paper over correctly is actually part of the way you save. Now, I will say that Mom and I really don't understand why people have such an obsession with the cost of toilet paper because quite frankly, it's like a difference of $20 a year between the toilet papers. And people obsess about this all the time. And yet they're going out and spending $50 or $75 eating out once or twice a week, 3 times a week. So when you're worrying about the cost of toilet paper, but you're still eating out, you're still buying bottled water, unless you live in an area with really, really bad water. If you're driving a car with a $500 to $700 car payment, stop worrying about the toilet paper. You got bigger things you need to worry about, people. See, I still got it.
So don't share that other link at all.
No. Sorry. So that's the first tip. If you guys are worrying about toilet paper costs and you've got all those other things going on, you need to get the big leaks fixed first. Okay, that's number 1. Next, how you use your toilet paper matters. Are you a folder or a wader? It makes a huge difference. So, I am a folder. So,
Which of course is the right way because you
which
do
of
it.
course is the right way because that's how I do it. I use 3 to 4 sheets of Charmin or whatever toilet paper of your choice. I fold it and then I fold it, okay? I have a nice neat little bundle to get everything all fresh and clean without getting moisture breakthrough with 3 little wads. Now, other people who will remain nameless get a whole wad. Now, the problem is you have to get 1, 2, 3, 4.
I can't believe we're talking about
1,
this.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces to wad enough to match the coverage of 3 pieces folded. This is over twice the amount that you need because you wad it instead of fold it.
Okay, I have to intervene here because we have a really important comment. Jane says, Mike is one of the best husbands I've ever seen. It's important that we get that in at this point in the show. Go ahead.
I would kiss you, but I don't want to make you sick. So, if you really want to save on toilet paper, you need to teach your kids to fold it and not wad it when they are little. Now, I will say, if your kids are 45 years old, there is a point where you just let it go, honey. It is not worth arguing over if it's folded or wadded by the time they're adults. Okay? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Do I holler at you about wadding instead of folding?
Well, after 15 years, he stopped.
I did not.
You're like, Grandma says you're supposed to fold
No,
it.
I did not. I never said that.
Okay.
Because it drove me crazy when she would nag me about it.
Oh, okay.
Even though I already folded. Okay. Hold it. Back to my happy place. Okay, so tip number 2. Fold it instead of wadding it, people. Okay? Now let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any
Whoa,
questions
Lynn
to
says,
this
I guess
point?
I use too much toilet paper because I make a beehive with it on my hand first.
How do you make a beehive?
Well, I think you wrap it all around your hand, but that would mean...
So she must go like this and like that. So, proper, okay, let's have a proper folding technique, shall we?
Susan says, I can't believe at 68 I'm learning to wipe myself.
Okay, I knew this was going to be a good show. You better want to take off your Fitbit. Okay.
Why? We're not going to get any goop on it, are we?
To fold your toilet paper, take 3 to 4 sheets of quality toilet paper. Take 15 to 20 sheets of the sandpaper stuff.
So
I'm
you're
not
saying
biased or anything. And what you do is you just take your toilet paper, hold it in your hand, and just fold it ever so lovely. Okay? Now, here's why you fold it. Let me show you. With Mike demonstration.
Ew,
Number 1.
Grody! Totally Grody! Mom, look what she did to me! She wiped her poop on my arm!
This is great. Oh, man. Okay, there. Can we see it well? Since we don't have Dave back
I can
there.
do this. I changed diapers. I can do this.
Can you go around and look and make sure I got the camera right? Because,
Oh, you adjusted it?
yeah, because Dave's really sick. He's laying down.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Ah, get it off! Get it off!
Okay, so let's say.
Robert almost choked on her tea.
Would you like to learn how to wipe?
Oh, Lorel says in my house it doesn't matter if it goes under or over the roll. I'm just happy when they put on a new roll.
No kidding, me too. Okay, now, if you want it folded another way, hold it on your hand like so, gently fold it over, and you have a third wipe, okay? Now this is, I fold it in thirds, okay? See, it's folded in thirds. Now that's how I do it, so you can fold it either way is more comfortable. Now,
Everybody's having a big reaction.
okay, so now, let us pretend.
Well, there are a lot of people interested in poop on Mike's arm. Ah!
So let's pretend we're in the bathroom taking care of business. So why do you fold? This is why. You take your first wipe, okay, and you get the majority of
I'm sorry, you know, if you have children, well, I was going to say they might not be here, but maybe you want them to be here for this part. I'm getting a headache from laughing too much.
Okay, so
I've never seen so many OMGs in one comment feed in my whole life.
this is serious. This is something the world needs to know.
You should demo on the morning news.
Okay, so you have the majority on your first wipe. Then you fold it, okay, and then you get your second wipe, okay. There you go. Then you fold it again, and you finish up with whatever is left. Now,
I did not need to know that.
now, if there is still too much on there for comfort,
Yeah, there is. We need a bidet. We're going to demo the bidet now.
then you take and wipe it off with one more little, what do you call it? Whatever.
Janelle's trying to teach her kid how to do it. She's like, I just took the phone into my bathroom for my son to watch.
Okay, now, for the potty part, now, lay your arm flat.
You are not putting that on my arm.
Okay.
You are not putting that on my arm, Sean.
Okay, now for the
Okay,
potty part.
Gus, I'm feeling your pain. Dule, I know what you went through all those years.
Okay, for the potty part, here we go. Boop. There, doesn't
Military
that
fold,
look lovely?
Greg says.
Now, hold your toilet paper, fold it around. It's nicely in thirds. For the potty part, we just gently wipe. If you need a second cleansing, just fold it over and you're done.
This is going to be one of those things that people pass around on Facebook.
Okay, now,
Kimberly says my 2, 4, and 6-year-olds ran away screaming.
okay, now, sorry for the camera here, guys. David's really sick. So, what were the 10 toilet papers that I tested? I tested the
April's not hungry anymore. We should promote this as a diet show.
Okay.
I'll never look at Mike's arm the same way again.
Okay.
It's peanut butter, people. Really.
It's peanut
Just
butter
so
and
you know.
cocoa. Okay. All right. Now, are we collected now so I can continue?
Oh. Yes.
Okay. We have Kirkland from Costco. I have Ultra Strong from Kroger, which is a Charmin knockoff. I tested Angel Soft. I tested Northern Ultra Plush. I tested check this out, which is the super, super cheapest one you can get. I think it was like 79 cents for 4 rolls at Kroger. This is serious, dear.
I just love the comments.
Okay, I got Charmin Ultra Soft from Kroger.
My 8-year-old is Jack's 8 and he's glued over my shoulder watching Wendy say.
I got Kroger Ultra Soft. So these are like the two same. I got Kroger 1000 Sheet, which is similar to Scott. I got Scott, which claims to be the #1 brand of toilet paper, which we're going to have a discussion about this, people. I got some news for you. The #1 value brand. Is it truly a value? That's what I wanted to know. Then I got Soft and Strong, the Kroger alternative. Now, here's the thing. I could have spent, I could have gotten, I am not exaggerating, there are like 50 or 60 different kinds of toilet paper between Walmart, Kroger, Sam's, and Costco. I'm like, are you kidding me, people? Now, one thing I want to bring up. People say they buy the Scott tissue or this sandpaper stuff, as I call it. People love this. Okay, and one of the reasons why they say they love it is because it's safe for your septic tank. That is not true. Charmin.
Well, it is safe for your septic tank. It's just not the only one.
It's not the, or excuse me, yes, that it's the only one that's safe for your septic tank. That is not true. I misspoke, sorry. Charmin, if you love it, is very, very safe for your septic tank. If you are having a problem with pipes clogging or your septic tank problem, it is a plumbing problem, not a toilet paper problem, unless you aren't using your toilet paper correctly. Now, if you're using it correctly, there is not a problem with your septic or your sewer lines. My grandmother, we were on septic in Kansas, never had an issue. My grandmother has had the same septic tank for 35 years. She's pumped it like twice in that 35 years.
Once when we were there.
Once when we were there. And the only toilet paper she has ever used is this one right here. Now, let me show you guys something. So, something that's very interesting about this.
You should see the comments. Everyone's just laughing.
So here's the thing. I have to have 3 Charmins for a good wipe. My
I just
daughter's
did
back
not
here.
need to know that.
But for Scott tissue, I had to have 15 sheets for a good wipe. Okay, so let me count out here while you're looking at comments. 1,
Someone said, you didn't test Cottonelle?
4. You know, that's the one I forgot. I'm sorry.
Carrie says, if you're only using 3 sheets, don't go soft, go strong.
Exactly, but it matters. By using the strong, you only have to have 3 sheets.
Trina says, first time watching, I'm at a loss for words. Not every show is like this. But,
Yes, it is.
well, it's a yuck fest, but it's not a gross, it's a laughing
Okay,
fest.
so now let me show you something first of all. As far as the septic tank goes, can you guys see my little scale here? What?
April says, hashtag Mike and Tara report the important stuff.
See, we do, don't we? Okay, so I had to put this on grams, so Americans aren't going to get it, but you'll get the point. Now, I went in, just me, and for the sacrifice for you guys, I tested each and every one of these to see how many sheets I would need to prevent moisture breakthrough. I did it. So it's very interesting because I only needed 3 sheets of Charmin to not have moisture breakthrough, but I needed 15 of Scott to have moisture breakthrough. But look at this. This is 15 sheets. This is 3. Watch. Right here we have 2 grams of toilet paper for the Scott. Now watch this. 2 grams of toilet paper for the Charmin. Yeah, it matters. It's the same weight. So you're using the same amount of toilet paper. So if you like the Scott, go for it. I don't care what you use on your cute little bum. But if you like the nice, soft, fluffy, don't feel guilty. And I'm going to show you guys just a second. So here we go. All right, now back to the testing.
You're getting a massive amount of laughs going across the
Yay!
screen.
Okay, you ready for more testing?
No!
Okay.
No! Is this one of those diapers? No.
No, it's a towel.
Because we used to use cloth diapers and we still have them a
Okay,
lot.
now for the moisture breakthrough test first. There we go. Charmin. Okay? No moisture breakthrough on the Charmin. Now.
Susan says, just had to share, hope my friends understand.
Okay, so now I'm using 3 sheets, because I'm comparing sheets with sheets. 3 sheets of Scott. This looks like it might be 4.5. Okay, you ready?
You don't have paper, you just gotta drip dry over
Now,
here.
look. There is moisture breakthrough, people. That is gross. Gross. So, here's my 15 sheets. So what I did was I went in, and every time I had to do my business, I did a different toilet paper to see which had moisture breakthrough and which didn't. And for Scott, I had to use 15, yep, to not get moisture breakthrough. Okay, so isn't that great?
Yep.
Now, for the pooping part.
No!
There we go. Okay, we'll assume most of it came out.
And believe it or not, Mike used to change the diapers too.
Okay, we hold it on our hand and we fold it over in 2/3. And now, oops, I dropped it. And now we have a nice little folded pack of toilet paper. You ready?
It's the TMI show.
Now, we wipe. Ta-da. Fold.
My plumber's friend would love this.
And then we wipe again.
That's a whole lot of duty. Thanks, Tammy.
Right there, okay? We got the 3. Now maybe we need one more. I don't know. No, we got it mostly. Okay. Okay, so we got 3 with 3 folds. Now, for the Scott. Here we go. Now, I will say.
That just isn't right.
Oops, actually, that's too much. That's not a fair test for Scott because I made that more than the Charmin. Oops. Oh, man, now I'm really messing it up. Hold on. Let me get it about even with Charmin. There. Okay, now, for the Scott, if I were to use 3 sheets of Scott. Now, why am I using sheets right now to show you guys? Because everybody compares toilet paper price by the sheet. You cannot compare it by the sheet. You have to compare it by the wipe. You get this? You can't compare it by the sheet. You have to compare it by the wipe. And the only way you're going to do that is by actually doing it. Okay, my Scott, I'm folding. Now, that actually holds pretty well for the poop part. But it's really not.
First time I've ever considered moisture breakthrough is that Nutella.
It's peanut butter with cocoa. Okay, it's not really wiping it very well, actually. Okay, so let me get a little bit more here.
Oh, thank you, Jean. Jean says, I've been very sad today, so thank you for this uplifting. Who would have thought?
Okay, now, the Scott does take a little bit more. It takes more to get it off with the Scott. It really takes more to get it off with the Scott. My word. Okay. Now, I will say, the Scott does not leave lint like the Charmin does. So let's do a lint test this time, okay? Shall we? You ready? Now we're testing lint.
Lint?
Yes. Apparently lint is a huge problem. I never knew it was that huge of a problem, but apparently it is. Okay, here we go.
If I don't move, will it go away?
Okay, so now I'm wiping.
I will never eat peanut butter again. That's hilarious.
Okay, now
Carrie's asking if these are 1-ply or 2-ply. Some are 1 and some are 2, right?
the Scott, which says it's the #1 brand, is 1-ply. The Charmin is 2. Now let's hold your arm up. Can everyone see? You may have to stand up.
Yeah.
Okay, now see, that does leave a lot of lint. Okay,
What's in that?
that's the Charmin toilet paper.
Whoa.
Okay, now let's get all the lint off and let's test the Scott. Now, okay, now let's test the Scott for the lint test. Oops,
Oh,
man.
Lori's asking about if they're soft.
Hold on, we're doing that test next. Just one moment, please. Okay.
Deidre says I had a boss that made me get him a sample of each type of toilet paper so he could try them before he bought them for work.
Okay, now what I do if I'm in a household that has Scott, I just roll it around my hand the same way and make my nice little pile, okay? You ready? All right, so now there's, okay. Now, now you will notice.
That's just not right. You must be a crazy person.
Now stand up. There is no lint with the Scott. That is true. Okay? So, if lint is an issue for you, then you may decide you want to use the Scott, and that's totally fine. Now, one thing I did notice. Now, where did it go? Hold on one second here.
Oh yeah, people are saying they hate lint.
I didn't know lint was such a big problem because we don't really have that much of a problem with lint. Now this is not the one I use. I actually use the Quilted Northern. So let's see what the lint does with the Quilted Northern here for just 1 second. Maybe this is why I don't have a lint problem. Okay. So here's my Northern.
Whoa, I can't even keep up with the comments on YouTube.
Okay, here's my Northern, and let me see.
That just looks too realistic. I'm sorry.
Okay, so now I know why lint is not a problem that much for me. Because, stand up, Northern doesn't leave that much lint. There's a tiny bit, but it's just a teensy tiny bit. So, if lint is your problem, you might want Northern, but there is a difference in cost. Now, one thing I did notice was this check this out brand at Kroger, which was the absolute cheapest in price as far as cost per package. It was 79 cents.
Lynn, no, it's peanut butter and cocoa mixed to simulate.
No, we were not catching things in the toilet. Okay, check this out brand is 79 cents and for the cheapest. Now, I was actually rather surprised with this.
Now, they're saying that you're going to need to get me some ointment if you keep rubbing.
I know.
You keep wiping my
I know, I'm
arms.
trying to do different spots now. Okay, so now, the check this out brand was only 79 cents. So if you are having like a huge money issue and you can't stock up on a big thing of toilet paper and all you have is 79 cents for toilet paper, watch this. I was rather surprised, okay? No moisture breakthrough. And fold.
Mike, that is true love. Thank you, healthy as me.
And wipe. Now look, it actually does a pretty good job. No lint, nothing on there. So if you only have 79 cents for toilet paper this week, you might just grab this one. Okay, now next. Now, apparently Softness people really have an issue with Softness also. I never had any of these issues with my toilet paper. I just used toilet paper and I went on with life. But apparently toilet paper Softness is a big deal. Which one was that? That's the Northern. Okay, so Now, I'm going to get 3 of these, and I'm going to have Mike close his eyes. And
Wait, what?
I am going to see which one he likes the best, okay? And after this, we're going to talk about how long the rolls last. All right. We'll just do the moisture part this time, okay? Okay.
I hope the husband is getting paid good for the testing. Thank you. I'm supposed to close my eyes?
Okay, now close your eyes. We're
What if
testing.
I close my eyes, we're going to get behind on the...
We're going to test softness. We'll go quickly. Hold on. Okay, you ready? Close your eyes. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how soft is that?
I can't tell. You've already rubbed my skin off. Wait,
Okay,
that,
hold
that,
on,
that doesn't
hold
seem
on.
too soft. Ooh.
Okay, scale of 1 to 10, how soft is
Oh,
that?
well, it seems softer now.
Scale of 1 to 10, how soft?
6.
6, okay? Now, scale of 1 to 10, how soft?
Can I phone a friend?
Can you phone a friend?
That's probably 5 right there.
Okay, so 10 is really soft and 5 is not so soft, right?
Yeah, it feels like paper.
Okay. All right, now, scale of 1 to 10, how soft?
Oh, that's probably about 7 or 8.
Okay, so go ahead, you can open your eyes. As far as softness goes, according to Mike, our professional toilet paper tester man, Charmin was the softest, Northern was the second softest, and Scott felt like paper. Now, if softness matters to you, then you'll want to stick with probably one of the Charmins because they really are a lot softer. Now, how long do the rolls last?
Stormy says you need a white lab coat. It would give you a little more credibility, right?
Oh, that would have been, we had one in the garage. Oh man, we could have got one.
Susanna
Shoot.
says you guys are going to be so famous for this, and I was thinking this is not what I want to be famous for.
Okay, now, here's the next one. How long does the roll last? Now, let's see. Let me get my props here.
A lot of
And,
people said they can't think about eating at this point.
okay, and then,
Yep, don't like John Wayne toilet paper. What's funny is my parents used to use Scott, and they really were insistent about it. But it's because they had a septic tank. But we had a septic tank years later, and we used Tara just wouldn't use anything but the Charmin, and we
Yeah.
never had a problem with our septic tank.
and like I said, my grandma's had the same septic tank for 35 years. They've never had a problem with it, ever. If you're having problems with your sewer or your septic tank being clogged, one, it's that the people are used to using the Scott and they just have to use this much to get a good wipe on Scott. When they go to use a non-Scott paper, but they're used to using the Scott, what happens is they still roll this amount even though they don't need this amount. Usually it is that, or you're not keeping the roots cleaned out of your sewer line, or there's a septic tank issue. If you have a properly working septic tank, it won't be an issue. And I researched this, guys. Everybody swears Scott is the only thing you should use for your septic tank, and that is not true. Charmin is perfectly safe for your septic tank. Ignore what everybody says. That is the truth, okay? Now, as far as lasting, the next thing people said was, here. The next thing people said was, here.
Aww.
Is that
Why are you
better?
kissing my poopy arm?
So you'll still love me. So the next thing, some of our moisture breakthrough got on the toilet paper.
I'm never using that toilet. If you put that in the bathroom, the kids will never touch it. And what is it, like yellow food coloring?
It's food coloring. Okay, now the next thing that people said about toilet paper was that, but the roll lasts so long. And they said that about the Scott a lot. But if you will look, where'd my Scott go?
Laverne, I sent you an email last week about it, but today, because of your thing on your comment on the website, I sent you another email. If you did not get it, I'm not sure what to tell you. Oh, I know what to tell you. In your mail program, there's a new tab that says Other. All the Microsoft emails have that now, and apparently that's where they say that the emails are going. So you might look in that other tab that says Other. But I sent you one from a different email today, so hopefully you got it.
Okay, well, okay, I'm losing my mind. No comments. But I had where did the Scott go? I just had oh, here it is. Okay. I'm like, I know I had the Scott.
Susanna says something, I agree. She says put Fleshman's yeast down your toilet for septic problems. When we put a new septic system in at one point, right when we bought a house, and because it was bigger, it was making this horrible stink coming out the vents of the roof. And I checked, and they said it's just because while it's getting for a while that the balance isn't quite right in there, and so they told us flush 2 things of baking soda down the toilet once a week, and we did that and never had any more problems the rest of the time we lived there. Yep. I did it every week though the rest of the time we lived there.
Yeah.
But it was like 30 cents a box for that stuff, and it was super cheap.
Yeah, we didn't have the stench anymore.
It was
okay. Now, the next thing people say is the roll lasts a whole lot longer. Well, here's the thing, guys. It really doesn't. What happens is, and Kirkland, everyone said, oh, I love Kirkland because it lasts so much longer. That doesn't mean it's cheaper. It might mean it's cheaper, and I'll tell you the results in just a minute, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's cheaper. But if you will take a look, this is...
Laura, some people said yeast because that creates more bacteria. I was saying baking soda because it changes the chemical balance and makes it more likely to...
If you have a smell, that's what you need. Yeah.
It's supposed to have a neutral chemical balance in a septic system, but if it's too acidic, it makes a nasty stink.
Okay, so here's the Kirkland and here's the Charmin. If you'll note, the Kirkland is just a bigger roll. It's just a bigger roll.
I can't remember. Did we test Angel Soft?
Yes. And the Angel Soft is right here. Right here is the Angel Soft. Okay? Now, why it lasts longer, guys, is it's just a bigger roll. It's a mega roll or a super roll or whatever roll you want to call it. But that's why it lasts longer, because it's just a bigger roll. Okay, now, I know we go through all that to determine which one is the cheapest toilet paper, but I will tell you, okay? All right, do we want to do questions before I do the big reveal?
I'm a little behind. I'm trying to get it, but Amy says if she says good wipe one more time, I'm going to lose it. Some people say with houses that are like 100 years old, they think that Scott is better because the plumbing is narrower and causes more clogs.
Yeah, but guys, you're using the same amount of toilet paper. The problem is you're using too much Charmin. You don't need that much Charmin. You only need 3. This is not going to clog your pipes. I have lived in a house that was 100 years old. Mom lives in a house that's like 75 years old.
Maybe you shouldn't use hers for the example.
I've lived in another house that was, well, she has tree roots. That's different. I've lived in another house. How old was our house in Nez Perce? It was like almost 100 years old.
It was more than 100 years old.
We have never, ever had a clogging problem. I probably lived in at least 4 or 5 houses that are over 100 years old. And it is not the plumbing. It's you're using too much, or you're not keeping the tree roots out of your sewer line. That's where the problem is. It is the same amount of toilet paper. Like I said, this was 2 grams, and 15 of these is 2 grams. It's the same amount of toilet paper. So it doesn't matter. And this does break up just as much as this, okay? Okay, now, are we ready for the results?
I haven't shared any links for anything this whole show. What am I supposed to be sharing?
Okay, so, first of all, Mike's going to share our Dig Out of Debt is 50% off. It's just $5. Our Dig Out of Debt ebook, grab that. This is why we're talking about this, guys, because if you want to dig out of debt and you're serious about cutting in every single spot, this is one of the ways that you do it, is by saving on toilet paper. Now, the other thing is, what? I can't remember. Oh, well. Anyway, do we want to get to the prices, or is there any other questions before we get to that?
Let me see. Jennifer, I see your comments, or at least some of them. Sheriff Two Family Homestead says, so which brand drapes best over tree branches?
That's a good one. I would probably say not the Scott, because this would break. If you want drapage, I would go for something heavier like the Charmin.
Well, and Donna...
Why don't we test it in Mississippi?
Donna was wondering, did everyone notice that the squares and rolls are not as wide as they used to be?
Yes. Now, that is another thing, and you can look and see with these here that they are different. And this one, this Kirkland, is wider than the other. Now, when I tested this, I totally understand that they're making toilet paper smaller. I get that. But when I tested this for price, I went by how many wipes you can get out of a roll, okay? Don't compare it by sheet numbers. It's not the truth, because 1,000 Scott is not equal to 1,000 Charmin. This is like 10 times more wipes than this, okay? Now,
Ramona said we kept changing toilet papers because we thought it was stopping up the sewer. Turned out there was a tree root the size of my arm stuck in the pipe.
yes, that is the problem. If you're having sewer problems, you need to get the sewer issue fixed. People blame Charmin, and I feel bad for Charmin Company because it's just not true. It's really not.
Well, you may not want to answer this till later. But Jeannie said, which brand did you use before the test and what will you use now? You want to answer that later?
I will answer that now. I was using Quilted Northern. Okay, that was the one that I was using for years and years and years. I used to use Charmin, and I thought Quilted Northern was cheaper because some website said that it was, and I didn't test for myself. And so I used Quilted Northern. Then, a couple of years ago, my son got a membership at Costco and gave me the other free card. So I went and got the Kirkland at Costco, and we used that all last year. But after doing the great toilet paper test for the Betterment of Mankind 2018,
it's so hilarious that you recall that.
I am going to be using a different toilet paper now, and I will tell you why. Okay, you ready? Okay, so you ready for the drum roll? Which is actually the cheapest toilet paper per wipe? Not softness, not how long the roll lasts. What is the cheapest toilet paper per wipe? And the answer is, are you ready?
I'm ready.
The Sam's Club Members Mark Ultra Premium.
What?
Yes, at 0.07 cents per wipe. That was the absolute cheapest. Now, here's the thing though.
I never would have expected that one.
I know, I didn't either. Here's the thing though. If you don't already have a Sam's membership, don't run out and get one, because you will not save enough money that it would pay for your membership to go to Sam's to buy it. Okay? The second one was Costco's Kirkland at 0.008. Oh, the Sam's was 0.007. I got my zeros mixed up on there. I'll have to go fix it. Well, wait a minute. Did I? Hold on. Maybe I made a mistake. Just a second, please. Just 1 second.
We have quite a few
41
people.
cents divided by 58 wipes. Wait, is that right? 0.41 divided by...
Uh-oh. Somebody gonna have to check your math.
58. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got my zero in the wrong spot on the Sam's. It is the cheapest. Okay. Then the Costco was 0.008 per wipe. Now, I would not, once again, run out and go get a Costco membership. It is not worth it. You won't save that amount in 1 year on toilet paper by going to Costco. So, what is the cheapest regular toilet paper? You're going to be surprised. I didn't expect this.
What? Huh? What?
The cheapest regular store toilet paper. Great Value Ultra Strong from Walmart. The 18 mega roll pack.
Oh, actually, the prices vary too. Sometimes they have one that's more, and sometimes they have another that's more to confuse you.
Now, I will say, I did regular, non-sale prices all across the board. So if you get something on sale or whatever, that will change. But to be fair, I did only regular prices so that we could just keep everything on an even playing field, okay? So the Great Value Extra Strong Mega Roll 18 pack was the next cheapest at, hold on just a second, 0.010 cents per wipe. Now, the next one was the Costco Charmin, but here's the kicker, okay? I don't really want to use the Costco and Sam's because I don't want people thinking you have to go out and spend a membership to get cheap toilet paper because it's not going to pay for itself. But after the Walmart Mega, this was surprising. I was very surprised. Charmin Ultra Soft, the 6-roll package, not the big package.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was noticing is
package.
Sometimes the value size isn't a value size.
Yes. And it was at 0.011 per wipe. Now, the next 1, 2, 3 in line for the cheapest are Charmin's. They were all 3 Charmin's. So after the Walmart Ultra, it was the 3 Charmin's that were the cheapest. Then White Cloud. Then Charmin again. Then
Amy says, "Woo! I was using Great Value Ultra Strong." Woo.
Then the store brand at Kroger.
Bye, Amy. Have a good fun on your cruise.
So even the Charmin at Walmart is still cheaper than buying the cheap stuff at the grocery store, guys. Next cheapest, surprisingly, was the cheapy 79-cent. Check this out.
Which is where? I've never even heard of that one before.
This was at the grocery store.
At King Soopers?
Kroger, yeah. This was at our Kroger store.
Wow.
They may have it at Walmart. I didn't check Walmart. But so if you just don't have money for toilet paper this month, this really is a good deal.
So Tina says, "Oh, what did you do on a Friday night?"
Okay, then next is Charmin Ultra Soft. Charmin is actually a really good deal. Okay, now here's the bad news. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Hold on just a second. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on, guys. Hold on. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so now here's the thing. Out of 19 rolls, Scott Tissue, which claims on its package that Scott Tissue right here, which claims it's the #1 value brand. They say it's the #1 value brand. It is actually the 14th from the most expensive. So there are 14 other toilet papers that are cheaper than the Scott.
You're going to need to explain your reasoning on that because there were a lot of people that were saying, not a lot, but there were some people that were saying if the only realistic way is to count it by number of sheets.
No, it's not, guys.
So what Tara's saying is that if you have to have 4 sheets of one brand in order to prevent your unpleasant circumstances,
moisture breakthrough,
then some other brand. So if you have to use 4 times as much to have the same effect, that's how she's gauging it.
Yeah, you have to gauge it by wipe, not number of sheets. That's incorrect.
So like if you, because like I think Tara and probably a lot of people watching would agree that if you only use 3 squares of the Scott, you would maybe find that your result would be undesirable.
Would you like me to show you again?
Because, well, and you can go back and watch in the video where she was wiping my arm.
Okay, here. One more
No,
time.
no,
Just
no,
for
no,
the effect.
no.
Okay,
Oh,
so
you're mad at
just
me.
so you'll get the point. If I used 3 of Scott, okay, watch this.
Minivan mom says I won't use Scott. I'm afraid of paper cuts.
Exactly.
I used to use that all the time.
The Scott, I really can't get it clean with the Scott. I have to go get more, okay? So this is probably 5 more sheets. So we're talking 8 sheets all together, okay?
You know, that is starting to hurt, actually.
Is it really starting to hurt from the Scott?
Yeah. No,
it's not coming off.
It's not from the Scott. It's from you wiping.
No, but I'm on a different spot.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Scott's actually hurting. Okay, so it took 8 sheets of the Scott right there. And that's for non-moisture one. The Scott I had to use, well, where'd it go? 15 to prevent moisture breakthrough, okay? So, see, this is why we're having the great toilet paper test for the Betterment of Mankind 2018, because they need to know this. The public needs to go. Okay, we wrap it, we fold, okay, we wipe and we fold, and there we go.
Wendy has a good point.
3 sheets. So you have to go by per wipe, not by per sheets. Okay, yes.
Wendy has a good point, and actually some other people had some similar good points. Wendy says that's all well and good if your family will treat 2-ply like 1-ply, but they're extra generous. In other words,
Yeah.
they'll use a huge amount of Scott, but they'll use the same huge amount of
Well, that's what I'm
Charmin.
saying. You
And-
have to teach your family they don't need the same amount of toilet paper if you change from Charmin from Scott.
And this is an experience that we had at one point. Kim says the kids clog the toilet when we buy the good stuff. Well, so you remember when BJ was like 14, he would put
Yeah,
he would put like 50 feet of toilet paper in the toilet.
you
at
have to
once.
teach them they don't need that amount of Scott. Now, so Scott was actually one of the most expensive ones. Then after Scott, the store brand at Kroger, 3 store brands at Kroger, and get this, the Scott equivalent of Kroger was actually the second from the highest priced. That was actually the most expensive. Can you let the dog out?
Okay, so Jamie asks if I want to come over because she won't put fake poop on me. I think I'll take you up on that, Jamie.
Well, you were right, Jamie. Your toilet paper was the cheapest, so you were right on that. Now, one thing I found out that was very disappointing for me was my Northern Ultra Plush that I loved so much is actually second from the top most expensive. So here I've been using the Northern all these years, and I thought it was cheaper, and it's not. It's actually the second most expensive. Scott was the 5th most expensive. Now, and then the most expensive of all of them was the Charmin Ultra Soft Mega Rolls. So I found it very interesting that the let's see, where was it? That the Charmin, so this was really interesting. This is what I thought was interesting, was the Charmin Ultra Soft Mega Roll 6 rolls was actually one of the cheapest. But the Charmin Ultra Soft Mega Roll for the big one was actually more than all the other rest. So I thought, well, that was kind of interesting on all of those. Now, okay, so
Tori's asking, will you have a post of these results?
yes. So we have it on there, and I just noticed a typo. Mike did not get to proofread this before we went live because he had a meltdown with our email servers today.
I'm sharing the link, but we will modify it later.
And I just noticed a typo, and I will get that fixed. But I have these listed in the order from the cheapest to the most expensive on our website. Now, what am I going to do now? I used to use Northern, used to use Kirkland.
Shannon says I need some Desitin.
I will probably, because I had to spend $60 for a Costco membership to go buy this for the show. I just bought a membership for just this show. And so I will probably, for the rest of this year, use the Kirkland just because I already have a Costco membership. But if I run out and I just need to run to Walmart, I am going to be using The Great Value Ultra Strong from Walmart in the 18 mega rolls. That's what I'm going to be using from now on because it's really a lot cheaper.
And they'll deliver it to the house.
And they'll deliver it and I can get it delivered. What I do is Walmart and Amazon have free delivery over $35 or with Prime. So what I'll do is I'll just order 2 cases and have them deliver it to my door, and I don't even have to deal with the store on it. So I think it's great myself. Now,
hold on a second. I have a lot of people asking about seeing the list. I keep sharing the link. It's how to save money on toilet paper is the link that I'm sharing in the comments. But if you cannot find the link in the comments, you can go to livingonadime.com. And in the menu, click on show notes, and it's right there.
Alderman Farms, I can't wait to go to the store and ask them, what's the cost per wipe on it? Oh, that poor clerk. Okay, now, one other thing I want to point out, and we don't have as many people in here, and I really wanted everybody to hear this point.
So wait, Jeannie wants to know, did the family give the Walmart kind a thumbs up in their comments on the page?
Yes, they did.
Oh, okay.
Now, I did not get the Walmart one for this test, but that's what we normally use, is that one. And I know that they love that. They were really, really angry with me with this guy. As a matter of fact, they were so angry, they were carrying around their own toilet paper and just flat out refused to use it. So, and another thing I found out, which was interesting, I found out during this test that they use our bathroom, Mom and Dad's bathroom, 3 times more than they use the kids' bathroom.
I know. I think we shouldn't allow the kids to use our bathroom.
I think you're right.
It should be the private bathroom for Mom and Dad.
So we found out the kids use our bathroom 3 times more than they use their bathroom, which I thought was very interesting. Now, here's a point I want to make, and it's a really big point, guys. After all of this,
the final conclusion.
After all of this, let me say, as I was sitting here figuring, and let's say you really just like the Scott versus the Walmart Ultra Value Strong, you're talking like $40 to $75 a year that it might cost you for a family of 4, probably around $40. I need to add it up for sure, but
a year.
In a month, I added it up. And in a year, if you used the cheapest one with 180 wipes in 1 month, one person 6 wipes a day, that would be $1.80 per month. But if you use the most expensive, one of the more expensive ones, it would be $3.96 per month. Guys, that's like $2. If you just really love your toilet paper, let's say you just love your Scott over Charmin or vice versa, buy the stinking toilet paper. Who cares? It is not worth getting divorced over.
So in the end, you're saying that even though one is less than the other, it's not so much less that it really matters particularly.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of this, actually. And there is a price difference. And like I said in the post, if you're like Mom and you're living on $700 a month Social Security and every single penny counts, okay, go with the Charmin and use 3 squares or 3 sheets per wipe. But use the 3 sheets per wipe. If your family just loves the Scott and you're a $70,000 family, middle class family, don't worry about the $30 to $40 more a year it's going to cost. It is not worth the nagging your family over the toilet paper and worrying over it. There's a point where you got to just let it go.
Lost Control, I thought you were here for the whole show, but Lost Control says you looked at price, what about comfort and if they actually clean you off easily? We were doing that experiment during the show.
So you can go back and watch it, yeah.
But one thing Tara is saying is if you have a particular preference for one, the price difference is small enough that it doesn't really matter. And it's clear to me seeing that people really love certain people really love whatever brand they're using, even Scott, which is okay because when I first met Tara, I thought Scott was the best.
So here's the final conclusion. Amy said, is the Charmin soft and absorbable? The final conclusion is, if you just want the cheapest toilet paper. Get the Walmart Ultra, or get the Walmart Great Value Ultra Strong in the big mega rolls. Otherwise, get the Charmin Ultra in the 30 rolls. Those are basically the two cheapest if you don't have a Sam's Club or Costco membership. If you have a Sam's Club or Costco membership, get their toilet paper. It is cheaper. But once again, the amount of toilet paper is really not worth nagging your family over. My grandmother nagged us to death about toilet paper, and I swore as soon as I got married, I would not say a word, and I haven't said a word about toilet paper. Even when we were first married, I bought him Scott, and I bought me Charmin, even though I knew the truth that the Charmin was better.
Actually, I don't really have a preference. I was just used to that brand, and I thought, well, you get a lot of length out of the same roll, but
you feel like you're getting more, but you're actually not, because you're calculating by per wipe and not by per sheet. So for like the first 5 years we were married, I bought him Charmin, or I bought him Scott, and I got me Charmin. So really, does it matter? Not really.
Yes. The toilet is a good place to let it go.
I agree.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't really care, but so I'm totally fine. I think most guys are probably that way too, but.
And here's another tip. I'm going to show you guys real quick how I store my toilet paper for a large family.
Lynn is asking, is it normal to go through a roll of TP a day for a family of 5?
Yes, that is about how much we go through. 1 roll per day, and there's 6 of us. So yeah, that's about normal. I'm going to have Mike show you a picture of how I store my toilet paper, but
Where's that picture?
oh shoot, what was I going to say? Oh man, I had something important to say in it.
You can't be saying those words on a show about toilet paper.
Okay, well, let me show you how I store my toilet paper for a large family. Go over here to desktop.
You want to see it on...
Okay, right. Scroll up. Okay, where'd it go? Date modified, maybe.
What are you looking for? Today?
Yeah.
Well, these are all the things I've...
No, I had a Photoshop. Can you do a date modified for me? Let me see.
It is in date modified already. That's what I'm telling you. That's the date order.
Where'd my pictures go? I just put them on here.
Well, that's because I've shot 50 screenshots during the show.
Well, why did you do that?
Oh, these.
Okay, here. This is how I store
So just
my
those
toilet
2?
paper. Yeah. Okay, Mike's going to show you. And I thought this was rather brilliant, actually. And I should have taken the toilet paper off, but...
Let's see.
Okay, here you go. So let me show you. What I did was... Actually, can you go bring this one in here, Mike?
Yeah.
Just tip it over and dump all the stuff on the floor. So what I did was I didn't have any toilet paper storage in our bathroom, in the kids' bathroom. So I took a board and I put some dowels in it. And then I got a piece of corrugated plastic and I put it on the side for a pee shield so they wouldn't pee all over the toilet paper, because we have 4 males in our family. Holy toilet paper Batman. And then I set it next to the toilet so it just sits there all nice.
This thing needs to be clean.
Come here. Okay, so now I just cleaned it.
Look at that in right there.
Okay.
Turn it the other way.
So here is the toilet paper shield. It's just a piece of corrugated plastic that I cut with just with the skill saw. So then I took this board and I took dowels and I just stacked all the toilet paper on there. Now that's pretty brilliant, even if I do say so myself. Then this side just sits next to the toilet, so if the boys pee on it, I can just wipe it off. Okay, so that's how I do that one. Now for our bathroom, above the toilet we had this little alcove. The toilet's in like a little alcove type thing, so I put shelves and I decorated around, and I just put all my toilet paper on those shelves, and then I just refill it for those shelves.
Sorry, this stuff's making me think I need to wash my hands.
All right, so I thought that was pretty smart if I do say so myself. Man, what was I going to say? I had something really important I was going to say, and I can't remember what it was.
Kimberly says this is by far one of my favorite shows of all time.
See, I told you. Mike's like, please, we don't have to do this. I'm like, yes, we do. This is important information for the world to know.
I was thinking, do I really want to have you slathering that stuff on my arm? Ew.
The thing is, people worry about the price of toilet paper so much. I was like, let's get the real numbers, which remember, it's per wipe and not per sheet. Let's get the real numbers and know the truth. All right, let's get some questions answered.
Sorry, I almost followed up that truth statement with something that wouldn't be appropriate, right? Let's see. This show is the best. You made my night. Tara is really serious about this. Michelle says you're all doing a great job. I cracked during the Lint Test, so I could think about it. Oh, never mind. I won't say that on the show. You can say that if you want. But,
all you could think about was peanut butter dingleberries.
I'm sorry. I just have a hard time not...
Oh, that's too funny.
Tara, your calling is poop comparison, says Rebecca. What was it that David said we should call the show?
I can't remember. Eliza said broke down at per wipe. Oh, Alyssa,
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
I broke it down per wipe. Yeah, she thought that was hilarious.
Ariana says I'm stepping up my scientific methods. Thank you.
And Lost Control said, just admit anything is better than the old Sears catalog from back
Oh,
in
that
the
was
old
what I was gonna say.
Now that was cheaper probably because you got it mailed to you for free.
So let's talk about prepping for just a second, shall we? So in my emergency closet that I keep extra food and our bag, we live in an area that there's a chemical plant not very far from our house, and we may have to evacuate. They've had to evacuate our town before. So I have bags packed that if we need to get out, we can get out. But if we get stuck and there's a tornado or something, every year I save my telephone books.
What?
And then if we ever have an issue where we cannot get toilet paper, I have those telephone books just neatly stacked in a box, and we will have toilet paper for our toilet needs in an emergency if the zombie apocalypse happens.
Now, Jeannie has a good question. What will you use the leftover Scott for? I think we should put it in our bathroom for about 3 weeks to get the kids out of the house of using our bathroom. We should get one of those locking toilet paper things like they have at the restaurants and things.
BJ said we should burn it. BJ says the only thing the Scott is good for is burning in the fire pit. Oh, man.
Whoops. Oh, Carol says my dad was in the war. He's 86. The Air Force issued them 5 sheets of TP per day. If you used them all, you had to find leaves or something else.
Oh, man.
Tanya wants to know, what is the moisture breakthrough on telephone books?
Should I run down and get a telephone? Okay, let's check.
No, we're over time, babe.
I know, but I got a telephone book right here. Let's check. I think this is a great
Phone
idea.
book has got to be better than a catalog, at least less crunchy.
Okay, now where did my...
I always heard about that, but...
Okay, moisture breakthrough. Where
some
did my
people are
moisture
saying
go?
some people are saying they feel like you should cover the toilet paper completely, like where it's stored. Tar puts that shield there so that it doesn't get peed on or anything.
Yeah.
If somebody...
Normally I don't have it stacked that high. It's just we got an overabundance of toilet paper. Usually it's behind the shield. And so...
oh, not this again.
Okay, moisture breakthrough for the telephone book. Here we go.
Wait, are we rating the telephone book as a toilet paper type?
Yes.
We should add 20 toilet paper types then.
Actually, it kind of broke through there. Okay, so hold
We
on.
just fold it in half and then
Okay,
it's
let's
double
hold on.
thick.
So now, let's see. Okay, so now we're folding the telephone book in half. Nope, it still broke through. Oh dear, this is disturbing me that I have to use
Jennifer
more.
wants to know what you're
phone
doing
books.
with all this toilet paper. You're taking on your trip to give out
Yeah.
to a homeless shelter.
Okay, so let's do thirds on the toilet paper or on the phone book.
Teresa says, I know now what I can get everyone for Christmas.
So it takes
Custom to their liking.
it takes 3 folds of phone book for no moisture breakthrough. Do you want me to do the poop test on the phone book? Okay, let's do the poop test.
Ah,
Okay, phone book poop test. Let's see, we'll start with double. Oh, actually, that worked pretty good.
there's a lot of grip on the phone book.
Actually, there is a lot of grip. That's pretty good, actually. So I would say, well, it doesn't get it completely clean. See, there's a little bit left on there.
Wow, my arm really needs to be cleaned.
So it doesn't get totally cleaned. But,
A lot of people saying I need different kinds of diaper rash ointment on my arm.
but I would
Monkey
say,
butt diaper rash ointment?
yes. It
Somebody
is.
was talking about Boudreaux's. I think that was Tommy Alderman.
But I would say, in an emergency, the phone book is actually a great alternative. So I just save these in a box every year, and then when the zombie apocalypse happens, or whatever.
Alderman Farm says, and that's the straight poop. Tara.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Aren't you guys excited for me to come visit you? Oh, maybe we should ask Alderman Farms what kind of toilet paper they use, so then we can know if we should visit them or not.
Yes. A lot of people saying thank you for doing this test.
And I will say, I'm not rude. I don't go into people's houses, and if they don't have the toilet paper I don't like, I'm not going to throw a fit. I don't really care. Just use what you have, you know? So,
Etsy says this is even funnier with your voice. Susan says, I'll never look at my phone book the same.
well, I will say, I am really, really sick. You guys almost lost me last night. I woke up and I couldn't breathe. It scared the tar out of me. I know, and then I had to use my toilet paper. No, not really.
What I find to be sad is that I didn't even know.
You didn't even know anything.
I'm surprised you didn't wake me up, because...
Well, I woke up and I couldn't breathe. Scared me to death. And I got kind of in a sitting position.
Kim says part 2 of the show can be testing the different phone books to see what the wipe coverage is.
To see what are the companies, to see if Yellow Book versus Comcast works.
Jeannie says too bad Dave was sick for this episode. His facial expressions and comments would have been hilarious.
I know, he would have loved it, yeah.
He came home and went straight to bed, didn't he?
Yeah,
Poor
he pretty
guy.
much did, yeah.
So
He's feeling pretty bad. So-
your mom says we really needed a 14-year-old boy's perspective.
Well, maybe we should do it again on Monday, should we?
A lot of people asking what we're going to do with all the extra TP.
We're going to use it.
But I think we should get the things the kids...
But, you get it? But. Go ahead, what?
I think we should use all the ones the kids hate in our bathroom so that they learn to use their bathroom.
There you go. I think that's a great idea. Okay, any other comments or questions that we need to address?
Make sure there are no relatives' numbers on the pages you use in the phone book.
Marianne, which brand is best? So it came down to Sam's Club, Costco, but if you don't have those, Great Value Ultra Strong 18 Mega Rolls is the best. Money for your value per wipe, not per sheet. You cannot calculate it by sheet. You have to calculate it by wipe. Okay? And if you missed it, you can go back and watch the show on how we did that.
Oops, I wasn't.
These are, this particular one, how to save on toilet paper, is in our Dig Out of Debt book. The comparisons aren't in it, but it is just $5 until Monday. And so if you guys want our Dig Out of Debt,
I'm sharing the link now.
it's only $5. It's an ebook. If you have what companies? MSN?
Oh, hey, this is for all the email from us.
Everybody,
if you
listen
use
up.
Hotmail, MSN, Outlook Mail, or Live.com, they changed something now, and you're not getting a lot of your email. and most people in those, a lot of people in those places are not getting email from us. And apparently, when you're looking at your inbox, there's a separate link next to it that says Other. And that link is where all the email's going that you're not getting, is what I'm told. So you should look there and see. We have responded to a lot of people with a different email address, and most of them have gotten it, but a few people I'm not sure if they actually have. So...
Amy says if you use the wrong page of the phone book, you won't be able to call a plumber.
That's what I was thinking. Thank you. Can I borrow a baby wipe, anyone? You know, the kind with the aloe and stuff on it. Let's see. Ms. Justice said too dry for the test. It wasn't earlier, your homemade poop.
It's too dry? I don't think so. I don't know, maybe.
It was kind of...
It's pretty moist. Here, should we test again?
No, thank you. Thank you, Alyssa. I'm such an amazing husband.
You are an amazing husband.
Wow. Okay, so let's see.
How many of you guys want to see Mike have his own YouTube show? I think he should do it, and I even have a name
How would
for
I do
it.
it without you?
And I have a name for it, which we're not going to say on air. But I think he should do his own YouTube show.
What would I talk about?
All the stuff you're always griping at me about.
I'm griping all the time. Thanks for an informative and fun show. Thank you, Jeannie. Let's see. Loved your show tonight. Had me laughing through the whole show. How were you able to catch your breath? Oh, how were you able to catch your breath? When you couldn't breathe.
Oh, so what happened was my throat was really super sore. And I think it was kind of swollen. And I had, this is gross, but hey, this is the toilet paper show. I had a wad of phlegm that had kind of stuck on top. And I couldn't breathe. So when I sat up, it kind of, and I really tried to breathe in and I couldn't. It somehow when I sat up, it kind of moved that wad of phlegm and I was able to catch a breath, and then I was able to get it dislodged. That's way more information than you really want to know, but it was pretty bad. So then I got some ibuprofen down me and got the swelling back down.
Oh, Mary Ann said, got out of ER today for gallbladder attack. And
Oh, I had that. I totally feel for you.
Etsy said a gallbladder attack was like childbirth.
Yeah, I don't think childbirth was as bad as the gallbladder when I had it.
So just to confirm, which toilet paper are you using? A number of people are still asking.
So the one I will be using is Great Value Ultra Strong 18 Mega Rolls from Walmart.
Mike has an amazing wife. Yes, Stormy, I do. And she's looking quite lovely.
And she's not afraid to let you know the truth about toilet paper.
I dare Mike to take a spoonful of peanut butter cocoa mix. Well, there's a secret to that. Well, it's not really a secret.
He doesn't like peanut butter.
I don't like peanut butter.
Here, guys, I'll eat it.
Well, actually,
That's pretty good.
there are people
Man.
saying YouTube would be awesome, Mike. Like, what would I do? See, Mike doesn't roll with it the same way Tara does. Mike says, let's see, what would I talk about? Oh.
All we have to do is give you the news and you have a subject every day.
Yeah, but do we want to talk about the news every day?
Yeah, if it'll get people to get themselves under control.
Oh, well, that's true. How would I do it without you? This show is full of laughs from beginning to end. Thanks for the research. Thank you, Robin. I think we're mostly at...
Thank you, Jeannie. What happened last night was my ibuprofen had worn off, so my throat had swollen. So once I got the phlegm wad out and I was able to get an ibuprofen down, it was okay.
So happy we didn't lose you. This was a great show. Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
So a number of people have asked if you're doing paper towels.
I don't use paper towels that much. I use about 6 rolls of paper towels per year. And yes, I was thinking about doing a paper towel test. We'll see if this one is popular. I might do paper towels next. I don't know. Do you guys want paper towels or not? Give me a thumbs up if you do.
So Mike could never do a show because Shannon says this was a great show idea. That's why Mike shouldn't have his own channel, because Mike would never have done a show like this.
Miss Justice, I was going to cut my acne soap, but we ran out of time. So I didn't know how long this show was going to go. Kleenex test next. Oh, we should do the Kleenex test this week while we're having snotty noses.
Here. Okay. Oh, Banana says a lot of people don't realize ibuprofen can help reduce swelling in sinuses and throat during cold to aid in breathing.
Yes, ibuprofen works really good in reducing swelling. So if you have a swelling problem, it's really great to use to help get that down. My throat was almost swollen closed, I think. I had a hard time getting that medicine down. And so once I got it in there, but since I was breathing, I didn't want to wake up Mike because, well, you know, I was breathing, so.
Wendy says, yes, I would watch a channel hosted by Mike, but Mary Ann says, I think we need the two of you together.
I don't think so.
See, how can you have Costello without Abbott? Sorry.
But see, I would keep butting in on your show, and then everybody would say, would you shut up and let Mike talk?
Sheriff from Two Families says, the Mike and Tommy show.
Oh, that would be good.
That would be good. We should work on that when we're out
I think
there.
we should have you and Danny from Deep South Homestead and Tommy and who else? Oh, Brad. Yeah.
Wow, a lot of people like in Mike's show idea. A show where Mike's show, the Mike could have a show where he never has to be subjected to proof on his arm.
Yes, but did you see how many people were watching?
Yes.
So it was worth it.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I don't know. You think I could get that many viewers?
I think you could.
Awesome. No buts about it. Quilted Northern.
Julianne says they don't do phone books anymore. Oh, dear. That's not good because the shiny magazines don't work as well.
We'll see. Well, but
You need the newspaper. Save your newspapers.
yeah, but I think here more people use their phones for phone books, so that would be kind of unpleasant. So you have to test a breakthrough test on your phone.
Okay, let's go get our phone.
All right. You're a real trooper pooper, Rebecca says. All right, let's see. I guess that's pretty much it. We're way over
No,
time.
I don't buy bottled water. This is their camping water, and one of the kids had started it and didn't finish it.
All righty. Okay. Thanks for the great experiment.
You're welcome. All right, guys, please visit us at Living on a Dime. Check out our great toilet paper test for the Betterment of Mankind 2018 post.
And just remember, let it go.
Let it go.
All right. Have an awesome weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Aw.